Assalamualaikum students, this is Ms. Rabia and today we are going to discuss the topic spreadsheet and calculation with a purpose. So first of all, we are going to discuss about using a spreadsheet. We already discussed so many times about the spreadsheet in the practical lab. So some previous things we are going to discuss again. So what is spreadsheet? A spreadsheet is an application program that allows text, number, and formulas to be entered into a grid of rectangular cells. Spreadsheets are widely used in finance-related tasks such as budgeting and forecasting. A spreadsheet is basically present in the form of rows and columns. If you want to make a document in the form of a table, like a timetable that is given to you, like a checklist, if you want to do that kind of work, so you can use a spreadsheet. Or if you want to perform mathematical operations, so you can also use a spreadsheet. We use a spreadsheet to perform the mathematical formulas as well. You will get the accurate calculation by using the spreadsheet. How a spreadsheet works. It is a grid of cells organized in columns and rows. Each column is given a letter and each row a number. A spreadsheet is present in the form of a rows and column. As you can see in the picture, A, B, C, D is representing column and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is representing rows, and the box that is highlighted, this is called a cell, and B4 is the name of the cell. An extremely powerful feature of spreadsheet is the ability to enter formulas into cells. A formula is an equation that tells a spreadsheet what calculation you wish to take on any spreadsheet data. Any kind of calculation or formula you can use in a spreadsheet. To enter a formula in a spreadsheet, you always have to type is equal sign before typing the formula. For example, is equal A1 plus A2. For example, if you have typed two numbers in the cell A1 and A2 and you want to add two numbers, so you need to apply addition formula in a spreadsheet. Before typing any kind of formula in a spreadsheet, you need to type is equal sign. If you will not type is equal sign, your calculation will not be performed. Here is an example of the calculation. Two numbers are written over here in the cell A1 and A2, and these two numbers are adding by using the addition formula, and this addition formula is applying in the cell B1. It means the additional answer of these two numbers we will get in the cell B1. That is why the formula is written in B1. When you will type is equal A1 plus A2 and press enter button, so in the next picture you can see you got the answer in the cell B1. This is the way to use the formula. In the same way, you can use the formula for subtraction, multiplication, division, and you can also find the percentage as well. Some arithmetic operators that we used in formula and in Microsoft Excel as well. I already told you addition can also be done, subtraction, multiplication, division, and we can also find the percentage. But before typing all these formula or before getting the answer, we need to type is equal sign. The next chapter that we are going to discuss this is calculation with a purpose. The first thing in this chapter is function. Functions are ready-made formula that have been built into a spreadsheet, that is already given in a spreadsheet. You can use it to perform any mathematical operation. The most frequently used function is sum function. If you want to add numbers in cell A1 to A10, so you can use the sum function. For example, the first method can be A1 plus A2 plus A3 to A10. This is the first way to get the answer. For example, if you have typed 10 numbers in the 10 cells of the spreadsheet, first number is in A1, second number is in A2, and so on till A10. You want to add all these numbers. So for adding all these numbers, the first method is you will type it is equal, and you will type all the name of the cell with the plus sign, and you will get the answer. But this is a very long method to get the answer. The next and the very easy and quicker solution is you can use the sum function. This is already given in Microsoft Excel. You just need to type sum is equal to sum and the range of the cell, means from which cell to which cell you want to add the number. You want to add the number from A1 to A10. So you will write A1 to A10. If you want to add from A1 to A5, so you will write over here A1 to A5. So press enter button and you will automatically get the answer. The next thing is relative reference. It is the references to cells relative to the position of formula. For example, if you put the formula is equal A1 into B1, so A1 will be the reference and the value in A1 will automatically be entered. A reference is basically the term used to describe a cell or a range of a cell in a spreadsheet. In reference, there are two more references, that is relative reference and absolute reference. So in a relative reference, if you are going to copy the value of A1 into the B1, so the value will be transferred to the B1 cell, and here A1 will be the reference of B1. This is called relative reference. The next is absolute value. Absolute reference are fixed reference that does not change when the formula is moved or copied. A dollar sign is inserted before the column or row reference that you do not want to change. For example, you want to apply absolute reference in the cell A2. So you will type in a way $A and $2. It means you have applied absolute reference in this cell. So whatever the value you will type over here, it will remain same. It will not change when you will copy it. Other operators used in formula. The first is equal to. Is equal to sign, I already told you, we can also use before typing the formula and to match something like A1 equal to A2, or to match row or column as well. Here are some more operators: greater than, less than, greater than equal to, and less than equal to. They apply on a spreadsheet if you want to use any condition. Let's suppose I am going to make a mark sheet of your class in a spreadsheet where I am going to give you a marks 20 out of, let's suppose. So here I can apply the condition. I just want to know who is pass and who is fail. So I can apply condition over here. If student marks are greater than 15, so show me that he is pass. If his or her marks are less than 15, it means he or she is fail. In the same way, less than we will use, and in the same way greater than equal. Greater than equal means if the marks are greater than and equal to 15 means it will be equal to 15 and greater than 15 as well, then that student will be considered as pass. Less than equal to, if the marks are less than and equal to 15, then it will consider as fail. So you can apply in many way all these operators. This is just an example I have given you, that if you want to apply any condition, so you can use all these operators. Common functions used in Microsoft Excel. The first is sum. I already explained you sum. This is to add the numbers in the range of the cell. Average is another function we used in Microsoft Excel, and it works same like a sum. It is used to calculate the average of a range of a cell. Count. Count the number of cells that contain numbers. It will just count the number of the cells that will not be empty. For example, there are 20 students in your class and I am going to collect the money from your class, let's suppose. So let's suppose only 11 students has given the money, and I will enter their amount in the spreadsheet in front of their name. The rest of the 9 students cell will be empty. So count function will perform only the addition operation with the cell that are filled. The empty cells operation will not be performed by using the count function. This is the benefit of the count function, that if you are selecting the whole area in which some cells are empty, so count function will not count, will not consider all these empty sets. It will consider the set that are, it will consider the cells that are already filled, and will give you the calculation of the filled cell, not an empty one. But if you will do the same procedure with the same function, you will get an error. The next is if. If we want to apply any condition in the spreadsheet, like I gave you an example of in the previous slide, that if the marks are greater than 15, marks are less than 15, if the marks are greater than equal to, if the marks are less than equal to, so at that kind of conditions we can apply the if statement. It returns one of two values depending on the condition you set. It depends on the condition. Count if. It also depends on the condition that you want to count some numbers, but for counting that numbers you want to apply the condition. Let's suppose I want to apply a condition, count the number if number is greater than 15. If number is less than 15, then don't count. If number is greater than equal to 15, then count. If number is less than equal to 15, then don't count. This is also according to the criteria you will be giving in the spreadsheet. So this was our chapter. Here are the question answers of the chapter calculation with purpose, and here is the chapter using a spreadsheet. You all are supposed to do all these questions in your notebook. Thank you.